Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shona, I'm 33 years old, I'm married and I live in the northeast of Scotland with our 2-year-old daughter, Olivia. Currently pregnant with my second baby, which is a boy. I'm about 27 plus 2 weeks at the moment, so just heading into that third trimester. I do lots of vlogs, parenting, hauls, speed cleaning, things like that. So if you fancy coming along, would love you to do so if you just click the subscribe button. So today I thought about doing a pregnancy hacks video. I've been thinking about this for a while. There's a couple of things I do myself. I had a look online to see if there's anything else I could add to it, because when you're pregnant it's good to know all these little bits and pieces, because it can get, it's not an easy time. It can be very difficult, and obviously there's people who suffer really bad at the start with sickness. Some people have it really easy. There's so much variation of it. So if it's something I can pass on and share for all the other pregnant women out there, or people who might be coming up to be pregnant, it's definitely something I felt like I should film. So I've got 10 hacks for you and I'll just get started. So the first hack is to have like an emergency kit. You could have like a little soap bag, you could have like snacks in it, like heartburn tablets or heartburn, you know, with Gaviscon bottles. You could have like sweeties that maybe help with the sickness. You could have your bands. You could, you know, just a variation of things that might help you through the day if you're out and about and suddenly you feel a bit yucky or something comes on and you might like use essential oils. You could have them in there. Just something that's gonna make you feel a bit better. Just like an emergency kit. I think that's definitely a good one, especially in your first trimester when some of you might be dealing with nausea, headaches. I know obviously we can only take paracetamol, but there is like the forehead stick, so you could have that in there, you know, just like a variation of things. Hack number 2 is to do with going to your midwife. So every midwife appointment you go to, you have to take a sample of urine, and the urine sample kits that they give you are like these long thin tubes, and if you can pee in that without spilling, then you are very clever. But I've always been quite into like protein and things, so I had a lot of scoops that I've just never thrown out. So I've got one here to show you. This is a protein scoop, and this is what I use to take my urine sample. Now obviously I don't use it again for protein. This is just for taking urine, and I'll definitely be binning it after this. But basically it's got a little handle so you can hold it, and then you just put it in. You can manage to pee in that, no problem at all. It's got a nice big wide area. And then all you need to do is get your little sample bottle and pour it in, and then you can pour the rest down the toilet, wash it, keep it for the next time. But I honestly think that is a great hack, because it's so difficult to try and pee in that little pots. Obviously you could get like a plastic cup if you don't have anything like this, but I think that's a good idea because of the little handle. It's enough for you to kind of get it under. TMI. It's a pregnancy hacks video. So yeah, I think that's definitely a good idea. Hack number 3 is something that maybe not all of us will get, but I, especially in my first pregnancy around about the 20-week mark, I got really bad chafing. It was horrific. You know that like in between your groins where it's just burning and you just don't want anything to touch it, and like even the smallest of movement just absolutely burns. It's awful in between your legs. So the one thing I started using once I did get the chafing was powder, just standard baby powder, and I put that from about 20 weeks in my first pregnancy. I put that on the whole way through it, every day, and I've been doing the exact same with this one. Now I still have had a couple of little episodes of chafing, but I would say that putting powder on every day just helps things, keep things dry, and stops, because obviously I am a bit bigger, my thighs are rubbing together, you know, we've got leakage, we've got a lot of little sweat down there, so it just helps keep things dry. So I put that on every morning. If it's like a hot day, you might find that you'll sweat more, there's more risk of chafing. So what you could actually do is take that powder with you out and about, and if you can get to a toilet, you can always, you know, refresh yourself, because it really does help. Hack number 4 is to get a hairband for your jeans. Now, you probably, maybe a lot of people maybe have heard of this one, but I do think it's a very good one, and it's something I did in both pregnancies. At the start, when you weren't quite ready to go into maternity clothes, but your jeans were just getting a little tight and the button wouldn't fuss in. So all you need to do is get a hairband and you put it around the button, and then you thread it through the hole, and then just like put it onto the one that's threaded through the hole onto the button, and it makes such a difference. So you can get away with your jeans for that bit longer. Obviously you can put a vest over it and then no one will see you, no one will know, and it just makes things a little bit comfier, because it does start to get a little tight after a while. So I think that's a really good one, especially at the start. Hack number 5 was something I saw online a few times, and I actually thought it was such a good idea. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it myself, but obviously we're coming up, well, at the moment we are about to come into summer, and I'm going to be heavily pregnant during the summer. Now, I do live in Scotland, so we're not going to get months and months of gorgeous, sunny, hot weather. We do kind of get quite variations of it. It goes up and down, and we get a couple of nice days, and then it goes a bit sour again, and then a couple of nice days. But we have had a few really nice days, and so far I've not been too bad with the heat. But obviously a lot of people might find that the heat is just absolutely horrific. Now obviously we get things like fans, and I know you get like cooling mists, which might be quite fine, but one of the things that I found was putting your bra in the freezer. Which I just think, actually it probably sounds really like, what? Why would you put your bra in the freezer? But I bet if you're a pregnant lady and it's stifling hot and you put that bra on, it's the coolest thing ever, just to keep your body temperature down. So hey, you never know, we'll maybe be having the bra in the freezer in the next few months as the summer comes into play, so we'll see how it goes. But I do think that's could be quite a good one, or maybe you could get like gel packs that you could freeze away, put them down your top. Anything to keep you cool, I would say. Hack number 6 is cramping. Now, I've just started to get quite a few cramps here and there, so a couple of things that you can take is like eating bananas. That really helps with cramping, and electrolyte water, so that'll help with the cramping as well. Even just drinking a lot of water will, you know, it doesn't have to be like the electrolyte water, just drink lots of water. Hack number 7 is about swollen feet and hands. Now, I tend to wake up with swollen hands, and by the end of the day I've got swollen feet. Especially obviously as the pregnancy progresses, there's been a lot of, the weight is getting more and more stressful on my feet, so I can see my feet getting bigger and bigger. But the one thing I find that helps with swollen hands and feet is cold water. So it might not relieve it 100%, but quite often you'll wake up in the morning, your hands are maybe a bit swollen, they're tight, they feel weird, they might be a bit tingly. But if you put cold water, you know, just run the cold tap on them and just rub your hands under it, it does actually feel, it does really help. I have found that. And after a couple of nights I felt like my feet are like really swollen and hot and just, you know, that tight feeling. So I've run the shower and just put my feet under the shower just to cool them down and just get a bit of relief and maybe help the swelling go down a wee bit. I'm not saying it's going to help massively, but it might help just a wee bit, and just especially on your hands, because a lot of the time you'll wake up with your hands a bit tight and painful, and then you want a bit of relief. So hack number 8 is for a way to keep the baby off your back. So quite often a lot of women go towards the end of pregnancy and find that their baby is back to back, and this is not a nice way to give birth. I got told by my midwife maybe like into 30 weeks, 32 weeks, something like that, I can't remember, that my daughter was back to back, and I religiously looked up ways to find how to do it. So quite often, and I am doing it now in this pregnancy, and I'm thinking about it's maybe time to get changed, but quite often you'll be like lying on the couch, slouched, you know, lying on your back, things like that. That definitely goes towards the baby being back to back. So what you want to do is get to a point of just going, right, 30 weeks, no more lying on my back, no more slouching, you know, sit upright, have pillows behind your back, you can sit on your pregnancy ball, that really helps, just kind of keep it forward. You know, even just like sitting forward with your bump kind of hanging over in between your legs, so that you've got a bit of like, you're kind of forcing them to go to the front and go into the right position. Obviously back again, you want to sleep on your side. I think it's your, is it your left side? I can never remember. It's one of your sides, it's more preferable than the other, but definitely lying on your side or sleeping on your side. Now I know it's easy to, like, if you're sleeping you might just go on your back, but if you wake up, just wake up and go back onto your side. If you do find that your baby's back to back and you're trying to find a way, you want to go on your hands and knees. I remember sitting for a whole episode, I think it was like Friends or something, it was a half-an-hour episode of something, where I was on my hands and knees and kind of just letting my tummy hang down and trying to get the baby to move into the correct position. And it worked. Olivia wasn't back to back, and it really made such a big difference, because I've heard of so many women going through back-to-back labours just in agony. So if you're finding that way, or you do it yourself, I mean, hands up, I've been lying on my back, I've been slouching the last, what, 30 weeks, so just shy of 30 weeks, and I know that now I'll probably come to a point where I'll just say, right, that's it, back's no more back, get sat up and get in the right position for the baby. That, or you could start cleaning everybody's floor, because when you're cleaning people's floor, that's you on your hands and knees. That's a way for the baby not to be back to back. Hack number 9 is a pregnancy pillow or a pregnancy ball. Both are equally beneficial. I got a pregnancy pillow from my sister-in-law, which I used in my previous pregnancy, and I've done it in this one, and it's just like a, I think it's a Dream Genie one. So it's like a pillow, there's like a little wee pillow here, there's like a space for you to lie in, and then a long bit that goes down, and then you just put that in between your legs, and it just gives you a bit more comfort. There's so many variations out there. You get long ones, like long sausage ones, I think, that look really comfy, and I do really think it helps when you're sleeping or you're lying. Definitely helps. The medicine ball is great for, especially as you come towards the 3rd trimester. I really need to get my one pumped up, because when you start feeling your back and your hips and getting sore, it's a good way just to kind of move about on it, and it really might help relieve some of the pain. I'm not saying it's going to take it away, because some people's pain is a lot worse, but it might actually help a wee bit. And then when you get to like the end of the pregnancy, 40 weeks, you want to be on that ball bouncing to help start labour. So there's loads and loads of ways that it can help, so definitely worth getting one of them, and I think there's loads of ones on Amazon, really cheap. Hack number 10 is about maternity clothes. Now, maternity clothes can be quite expensive, because there's not really a brand that does them that's quite cheap. You've got Next, you've got Mother Care, you've got Jojo Baby Mama, I can't remember if I'm saying that right. You know, you've got all these sorts of brands, but they're quite expensive for maternity clothes. And depending on the season, depends on what you might, you know, what type of clothes you're going to get. So maybe think about like buying cheaper clothes, but like in a bigger size. I bought maybe about £100 worth of maternity clothes from Next when I first found out I was pregnant, and I got a couple of little bit pieces like leggings and things like that, because it does really help. Obviously I can't get away with normal trousers, but in terms of like tops and that, you might find that even just like an oversized vest and just your shirt, you know, your shirt that you usually would wear is a pre-pregnancy shirt, you can just put that over. Yeah, you don't need to button it up or anything, you know, but just finding ways. I mean, I generally have not bought a lot of maternity clothes this time because I know it's my last one, and I just feel like there's no point paying all that money for something that's going to last a few months, when I wait to come into the summer, and I'll probably just get like a couple of big dresses, leggings and tops, you know, things that aren't really going to be, you don't want to be wearing heavy clothes, so you're not going to stress over wearing too much or getting too expensive clothes. It's going to be summertime. So I definitely feel like I have been wearing a lot of like t-shirts I've been getting away with that have maybe been a bit bigger and they'll stretch over the bump. Shirts, as I say, vests I've gotten away with. And actually, I know this sounds crazy, but this top is a dress that I bought from Primark. I'll stand up and show you. And I thought, I'll go back a bit so you can see. I thought, oh, maybe get away with it as a dress, but clearly not. But I put it on and I thought, do you know what? I can get away with it as a top. So think about it like that. Now this was like £13 from Primark, this dress, something like that. It's not expensive, and you know that you might be able to get away with it after the pregnancy. So I think it's a win-win. So just thinking about ways that you can maybe not spend a lot of money on maternity clothes and go for even like, I'm not gonna lie, this pregnancy I've been wearing a lot of my husband's clothes. He's a bit bigger, so I can get away with a few of his things. I think now I really do need to get some more tops, but probably just going like oversized tops and dresses for the summer coming in. I really don't think I'm going to be buying like maternity clothes for the next few months. But yeah, it's just think outside the box. As I say, I mean, I put this on thinking, well, I wonder if I'll get away with it, and actually got away with it as a top, and you think, well, it's really, really simple and I haven't spent any money. So that is my 10 hacks. I really hope you've liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you are new, please hit the subscribe button and follow along on my pregnancy journey, and we'll catch you the next time. Bye.